Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is Friday, the 19th of September, and of course, this Sunday. This Sunday is the big one. One of the games that arguably could define our season in terms of where we could finish, because this game, in my opinion, is gonna show a lot. Where we are standing as a team, where we could finish in the league, and how we're gonna fare against another big side. The game has some advantages, disadvantages, looking from both ways. So definitely, it's gonna be a tough one. We're gonna discuss it more into detail during today's stream, of course. On top of all that, Rodri, the captain of Manchester City, has called out Arsenal, has said some words in the interview, and let's be real, they are coming for they're coming here to redeem themselves from last year when we absolutely smashed them 5-1. They definitely are coming to redeem themselves. And on top of all that, the news that David Ornstein released this morning was kind of shocking, I'm not gonna lie. Tim Lewis has left Arsenal. Tim Lewis has left Arsenal. He is no more at Arsenal. Richard Garlick is taking his own position, and three more people have been signed into Arsenal's board. We're gonna discuss that into detail a bit more as well, because definitely, there is a power shift at Arsenal, and we need to talk about it. It looks that way. It started with Edu leaving, continued with Andrea Berta coming in, now with the signings, and now with these news. So definitely there is something being cooked up behind the scenes, and we're gonna talk about that, of course, as well. So smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. We are nearly there, 71 subs away, so we are inching towards that destination. And of course, of all that, as we are talking about things, what I was about to say, leave your thoughts in the live chat. Yes, leave your thoughts in the live chat, for peeps' sakes, regarding everything we're going to talk about. Leave your thoughts down in the live chat. Big up, everyone. Big up, Mubarak. Hope you're doing well today. While Arsenal have abilities to destroy Man City because home advantage in terms of players, now Arsenal is better. We'll see. We'll see. Because last year it was something insane, something arguably we didn't expect. So let's see how this season goes. Give me the combined 11 from both teams. We can do that a bit later on, or we can do it separately tomorrow and stuff like that. Definitely. Today at the end of the stream, or tomorrow on the stream, we definitely can do that. Big up, Beggy. Hope you're doing well. Big up, PW. Big up, Gunner for Life. I'm doing well. I'm definitely doing better, much better than I did during the week, on Tuesday and Wednesday. 100% much better. So hopefully you're doing as well, good today as well. Just plays in the 10 and someone at left wing. We'll see. We're gonna do the predicted 11 as well. Our own, maybe what Mikel Arteta is gonna roll with. We're definitely gonna go with that. Big up Hendon Gunner. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Big up Sheldon as well. We are here. Like the stream, people. Like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. Donnarumma in conceding 2-3 goals. City will snatch this. The thing is, Donnarumma has played at Man City 2 games, and he has kept 2 clean sheets. 3-0 against United and 2-0 against Napoli. Obviously, Napoli didn't do much with the red card. United, well, it's United, so you kind of can't even look at that, to be honest, too much. But let's be real. Against Arsenal as well. He played last year for PSG, and he did brilliantly there. Made some brilliant saves, stopped Arsenal in their tracks, conceded 1 goal over 2 games. So definitely, Donnarumma will be another menace we will have to overcome despite everything. Big up Vigilante. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Great stream. Was watching. It's Red Dead Redemption, right? I think it was Red Dead. I think. I in gaming world, I'm not that sophisticated because I don't care that much about certain games. Only game at the moment I care about is FC26, and I'm gonna get it next week, I think. But yeah, big up to you. Go subscribe to Vigilante. He has a gaming channel, and he has also a football channel. Go subscribe. Go show him some love. Apparently, Saka and Sleep are fit to play against City. We will do that if we have enough time. We will get into Waffle House settings. Mickey Ross, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Ross, Mickey Mouse, Waffle House settings in Arteta's press conference. Arteta's interview, where he obviously got probably asked about Tim Lewis and everything. So prepare your syrup just in case we get to that as well, people. Big up to everyone. Big up BBK. Big up BBK. More like unpredicted 11. Pretty much, yeah. More like unpredicted 11, pretty much 100%. By the way, BBK, if you have time, you can jump on. We can discuss these things as well here. We can definitely discuss these things if you want to jump on. Just shout me on WhatsApp or Instagram, wherever. Hope you're doing well. Hope recovery as well is going for you well, my man. Hope very soon you're going to be off the crutches and you can run miles once again. If Donnarumma conceded 4 at international level, he can concede also in club level. True, but we're talking about Arsenal here, so you know how that tends to go. Yeah, people, BBK's channel is here. Go subscribe to BBK, people. Go subscribe to BBK. Show him some love. It was Assassin's Creed. Okay, Assassin's Creed. Big up to you. Like, I haven't played Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia just from 2000s. That's the last time I played any of those games, to be honest. But yeah, big up to you. Great stream. Donnarumma conceded 3 to Chelsea in one half at the Club World Cup. He is not, but he played against Arsenal last year. We saw how that went for Arsenal. 2 games for City. Has conceded no goals, and City as well defensively, even though they look shaky defensively. With Donnarumma in goal, they look more they look more confident defensively, 100%. They are not as nervy, and they are not as then they don't overthink stuff as much anymore. They are not under such high pressure. I'll just put it that way. We're gonna send City shopping for more goalies. The nuts part is I'm not too sure how Trafford feels. Because he came in technically to be the number 1. He played 1 or 2 games. He was shit, and instantly Donnarumma comes in, so he holds bench. But yeah, so yeah, we'll see how that's a weird one. But yeah, I think what we're gonna kick things off today is the big one. I think the news that basically, I don't want to say shocked Arsenal, but definitely it was very unexpected. Tim Lewis has left Arsenal, and Richard Garlick is taking his place. And on top of all that, Arsenal are signing 4 more people for the board. And obviously we're gonna go through this, and then we're gonna talk about it a bit more. Absolutely lost my train of thought as I was speaking, by the way. We are delighted to announce that our managing director, Richard Garlick, will become our chief executive officer with immediate effect. That's after Tim Lewis got basically sent to the gulag by Josh Kroenke. Richard joined us in 2021 as director of football of operations and has been at the club's helm for the last year in his role as managing director, leading the club's executive team. Along with the change comes evolution to our board of directors led by co-chairs Stan and Josh Kroenke. After 5 years with Arsenal, Tim Lewis steps down from the board and has left the club. KSC, Kelly Blaha, whoever that is, and Otto Malley, whoever that is, will join our board as non-executive directors alongside longtime KSC advisor Dave Steiner. Interesting. They will bring the KSC family closer together. Oh, family! Yay! And offer a wide range of expertise to strengthen Arsenal. Producer and director Ben Winston, as a season ticket holder at the club for over 30 years, will also join the board as a non-executive director. This group will combine with our long-serving director, Lord Harris of Peckham, to bring diverse experience and knowledge from across finance, sport, retail, main thing, retail people, property development, that is probably for expansion of the Emirates, media, more PR, and entertainment, that is the Arsenal dating show, isn't it? To support the club moving forward. Basically, it is what it is. To be honest, I didn't know that. I thought that Lord Harris did nothing at Arsenal. I think he just had a chair there, basically because, well, he's Lord Harris, basically just because of the history. I didn't know he does much stuff there. Not gonna lie. Co-chair Josh Kroenke said, We are delighted to promote Richard Garlick, by the way, to CEO after an incredibly successful period as a managing director of Arsenal. Rich has made an enormous impact on all fronts as we continue to strive to win major trophies, be financially sustainable, and put our supporters at the heart of everything. At this moment, we would like to thank Tim Lewis for his continued dedication and commitment to Arsenal in a period of transformational change for the club. He has played a pivotal role and ensured we are in a great position to continue to deliver our strategy in our ambition to win major trophies. Hey, ambition to win. Hey. In keeping with our desire to always move forward, we will strengthen our board with some exciting additions who will bring vast experience to the club across a wide range of professions. The group know and love Arsenal and will bring in different skill sets and expertise while injecting fresh thinking and energy to support us all to achieve our ambitions. The appointment of our new directors is subject to completion of the Premier League's owner and directors test. So basically, long story short, Tim Lewis is gone, Richard Garlick is becoming a CEO, and there are some people being signed also as support. Basically, that's what I gathered at the end of the day. The thing about this is, though, for me personally, right? In what Arsenal statement, it says Josh Kroenke and Stan Kroenke, right? But I cannot help but feel that this is more pushed by Josh himself than Stan in general, because Stan is old. He doesn't care at the end of the day, unless it's about money, right? And Tim Lewis is also 62, 68, something weird like that, if I'm not mistaken. His hairline was still in the 1950s, to be honest, but that's a different story. But overall thinking, I think this is more Josh than Stan, as I said. I think with Edu leaving, Andrea Berta coming in, with Tim Lewis going, Richard Garlick being promoted and everything, new fresh faces, younger faces coming in, it feels like there's a revamp in the board, in the higher, on the top of the table, pretty much at the table, and it is being pushed by Josh, just so he is making kind of a power move, because I think Josh is now running Arsenal pretty much. Stan is just a figure that basically has the money at the end of the day. Let's be real, to some extent. But I think Josh is doing all the stuff right now. I think Josh is making the big shots. Obviously, some things gets basically signed off by Stan, but mostly it's Josh. And it's very interesting now because the board has changed, right? Sporting director has changed. There's only one person that has remained the same, and that is Mikel Arteta. And the big question is now, with these changes happening, is there an argument to be made that Mikel Arteta should be shitting himself? Let's be real. And now when I hear this stuff, for example, just before Man City again, which is a bit of a weird one, but it is what it is, right? But with the change of the board and everything, with Berta coming in, some disagreements in the board as well over signings. It was last year. This summer there were as well, obviously. And now I start to believe the rumors about the meeting that took place between Josh and Mikel Arteta, where Josh actually said that you have to win something this season, brother. Or if you don't, you're kind of piecing the scene. You're out. You're done. You're dusted. You're sacked. You're getting the boot. You're getting yanked out of the club. I'm starting to believe that. I think Josh is starting to put his foot down and putting his imprint onto the club slowly but steadily. So that is very interesting for me personally. I know Mikel Arteta should be under pressure anyways, right? But with these changes happening, circulating, talking, with the rumblings also in the fan base, more that the people that are on the fence with Mikel in or out are also shifting on Mikel outside. There are also many people who are saying the game against Man City, to some extent, will be a big factor whether they're going to be Arteta in or Arteta out. Because I have seen on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, and many places, even on Reddit, there are many Arsenal fans who are Arteta ins at the moment have said that Man City game for them is like 90% judgment day. If Arsenal screw this up, they are Arteta out instantly. So I think the power, the narrative, everything is shifting at Arsenal. Now, long term, looking at things, whether that is good or not, obviously time only will tell because we cannot know. We can just speculate here. But personally, I wanted Tim Lewis gone for the longest time. Richard Garlick was another one I wanted gone, but I kind of can see why he stayed, obviously, to some extent. But overall, for me, this is good. This is really, really, really good. Because changes must happen. Evolution, as Josh said himself, must happen. Because unless you adapt, you grow, you evolve, you learn from past and everything to become better in the future, nothing is going to change. And looking at Arsenal, the board has been more or less the same for quite a while. Obviously, for like 5-6 years. And some figures haven't even changed since Wenger days and even before that. So, for me, Josh, I think, is making a power move. I think he's seizing the control of Arsenal. Maybe Stan has said, you know what? You like Arsenal more than anyone I know, to be honest, like in KSC, in terms of KSC. I'm going to give you the reins of Arsenal across the sea, basically. Maybe there is something like that going on. Maybe Josh wants to break out of his dad's shadow and also prove that he is a proper businessman, right? Because there's a big difference whether you make it yourself or you are born into it. You have grown up into it and you have become that. There's a big difference. Let's be real. And I think there is something about that. I think Josh is pushing for stuff quite heavily at the moment. I more than ever at the moment, I believe, based on what is happening in the board, what they're talking about, that some things will change at Arsenal. If Arsenal don't win anything, I think Arteta is going to be gone at the end of the season. Obviously, there were mentions of finances, of retail, of PR, media, buildings and everything and all that stuff. I think Arsenal are going to expand at some point. I think that is also in the future. I think also with the retail, there will be more merge, but it might happen a bit less often, maybe. Even if it's the same, I think it also will happen. But for me personally, it's good. It really is good. Because we have gotten rid of pretty much someone nobody liked at Arsenal. At least from fans' point of view, because from what I have spoken to from Arsenal fans in group chats, many of you the stream, we all kind of are in agreement. Not all, but most of us are in agreement that the board was a massive issue. It was old, it was outdated, it was yes man, it was very, very puppeteer type of situation going on there, right? Obviously, it's gonna happen still, but we needed some breath of fresh air. And with Lewis going out, who is one of the reasons why we have players on such big contracts, right? It's good. It definitely is good. And I think long-term, it could be advantageous for Arsenal. On top of that, obviously, based on the documentary we watched, All or Nothing, or All for Nothing, let's be real, I still cannot get over to the fact that Tim Lewis and Richard Garlick were high-fiving, doing the Macarena, the ketchup song, and all this stuff, right? About letting Aubameyang go for free. I'm not going to forgive them for that, but I think definitely, Tim Lewis leaving for Arsenal is gonna be huge and in a positive way. I want to believe that. I strongly believe it is gonna happen. I strongly believe so. Because there were lots of things, lots of issues, but at the moment, lots of stuff has changed, and I think that is going to be a big positive, very big positive. I definitely believe Josh is running things now, 100%. 100%. As I needs to start, even right back needs to be in this game. As I needs to start, 100%. If they play a low block, it will make this game even harder. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Changing the boardroom doesn't change what happens on the pitch. Arteta is what? Arteta. On the pitch, Arteta is waffle. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But it has to start somewhere. Let's be real. The changes must start somewhere and with something. We saw Edu going, and obviously Andrea Berta came in. Something that Arsenal don't do very usually. Andrea Berta coming in. Like, we don't sign usually those high-profile people, but we did. Now Tim Lewis is gone. Changes are happening. I think Josh is running the show right now, and that is actually quite fantastic. Big up Wahaha. Big up Wahaha. Hope you're doing well. Josh is running things now, not Stan. Yes, it very strongly feels that way. Facts, exactly. Judging on the smug smile on his face and the BS he was talking in the press conference, it makes no difference to Arteta. He's got Josh under his thumb. I don't believe so anymore. I don't believe so. I think Josh will put his foot down. Especially, let's just say we lose to City and we lose to Newcastle. That smirk, that smile, everything is going to put where the sun doesn't shine very quickly. Let's be real. Big up, Andrew. Big up, people. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Does Real Betis have the best right side in the world football? I assume Bellerin and Anthony, right? Yeah, Bellerin and Anthony. To be honest, Anthony is cooking for Real Betis. And Bellerin somehow also is doing good things there. I'm not going to lie. They have also, obviously, Lo Celso, Firpo, what it says, Fornals, Lopez, Cucho. Cucho is a very good player. I'm still pissed off that... annoyed. I'm kind of disappointed that Isco broke his leg last year, because Isco is still one of my favorite players. So, yeah, that's a bit of an annoying one, but it is what it is. Hakimi and Doué could never. Facts. Facts. Big up, Terry. Big up, Terry Tibbs. Hope you're doing well today, my brother. How good was Rashi yesterday? And that second goal was a rocket. Dude, that game yesterday was insane. That second goal, the first goal in general by Marcus Rashford, great header, without shadow of a doubt. But that second goal, that dribble, that touch, and he was actually, like, he took a shot being in a position where his body and his shape kind of suggested that it felt impossible. To some extent, it felt impossible. It made no logic to kind of shoot from that distance in body with that shape. But he took one turn in a split second, and the body instantly switched, and it opened up the far corner. And the rocket he blasted there was just fantastic. Rashi wasn't good at all, just got 2 moments. But that's all you need. That's all you need, to be honest. Let's be real. Declan Rice also wasn't good, but he had 2 moments against Real Madrid and we won. I agree, but his cult following is strong and he's a good con man. Yeah, that is the case. Yeah. His cult following is very strong and all this stuff, of course. But at the same time, at some point, people will wake up. At some point, people will wake up. 100%. Like, it has to happen. And if they don't wake up, well, it's their issue. It's their fault because when it happens, it's gonna hit them like a rock. And, well, it's all on them. But again, yeah, in those terms, yeah, 100%, not sustainable. Blaming Tim Lewis for no trophies, dude, this is just stupidity at its finest. You can blame Tim Lewis for not selling Aubameyang. You can blame Tim Lewis for the contracts and stuff like that. Tim Lewis also blocked Arsenal from signing Watkins in January because he said that he values Watkins at 40 million and we never budged over the 40 million. Hence why we didn't sign Watkins in January for 40 million, right? You can blame Tim Lewis on all those things. But to blame him for winning no trophies, that is stupidity of the highest order. Just like how Liverpool gets exposed tomorrow for me. Nah, it's not going to happen. Liverpool are going to click. Liverpool are winning like champions do when they play awfully. But when Liverpool clicks and when Isak starts to bang and they figure stuff out, the games where Liverpool play, mostly, about 80% of the time, will be done by 60th, 70th minute. Just wait. Obviously, tomorrow is the Merseyside derby, so that's a bit different story, a bit different topic, a bit different game. But I'm talking in general. Liverpool are not playing good, but they will click. Because even against Atletico Madrid, they had like billion chances to score, and they hit the posts, they missed open nets, and all this stuff. So at some point, they gonna click. They create chances enough to win games by a mile. It's just a matter of time until they start to find the back of the net. Obviously, long term, it's not sustainable. For every single game they have won this season, the winning goal has come in the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. Obviously, if you kind of going to ride that way for the whole season, it's never going to happen. Just like Arsenal, set-piece situations are not going to be the reason why we win the league because it's not sustainable over the course of 38, 40, 50 games. It's the same thing. I hope so too, to be honest. I hope so too. I had a dream last night. City beat us 3-0, dude. You're dreaming like prime Man City fans. Not gonna lie, you're dreaming like prime Man City fans. But I wanted, since we are moving slowly but steadily to Man City, right? Because obviously the game against Man City is happening on Sunday. It's gonna be the big game of the weekend. Let's talk about this. Rodri has called out Arsenal, kinda. No, but he has. Let's be real. He has put the pressure on himself, on City, and in general on Arsenal as well. Rodri said that we are going to the Emirates, to Arsenal, on Sunday with a mentality to win there. I don't care what happened last season. I don't care. We have the level to go there and show again our best shape. It will be a good message if we go there and win at their home. This is our mentality. And this is, by the way, this is what captain of Man City is saying, people. You will never hear Odegaard say stuff like this, by the way. Never in your life you will hear Odegaard come out and say, I don't give a damn that we have lost to Bayern every single time we play them in Champions League, in two-stage, and everything. We are going there, we have winning mentality, and we're going to win the game. You will never, ever hear that. Ever. And Rodri is obviously the captain. He's going to put pressure on them. I think Bernardo Silva and Rodri are captains. I think Bernardo Silva together with him are the captains. Current captain of Man City is Bernardo Silva, with Rodri, Ruben Diaz, and Haaland being the vice captains. And apparently Rodri is the first vice captain. So, but Rodri is the one that everything, you know. Big up Nally. Big up Nally. Hope Belgium is treating you well today. Treating you well today. But yeah, Rodri is obsessed with Arsenal. I don't think he ever opened his yab that much against anyone else. I get it. At the same time, is he not speaking facts? Remember when we lost the league, when we were 8 points clear, when they beat us, I think it was at Emirates. We drew. Oh no, we went to the Etihad and we drew against them. We played for a draw and we didn't play for a win. And he said that after that draw, when we celebrated like we had won the league, actually, he knew that Man City is going to win the league. He knew, because Arsenal didn't show mentality of the champions. Arsenal didn't show the mentality of winners. They came there strictly to get a draw, not to get a win. And obviously, Man City, whether you like them or not, whether you want to admit it or not, they have in their locker basically to put together a run together of, let's just say, 18, 19, 20 unbeaten games. Let's be real. They have the ability to do that. Arsenal in the last years don't. Yes, we went 16-1-1 3 years ago, but that was the one-off. We don't do it on consistent basis. Man City has that ability to do it consistently. Haaland is starting to click. Yes, they have issues with creativity at times, but still, they have the players to create, to do. Last year, Rodri was a big miss, so let's see what Rodri does this year. They have issues at defense. There's no questions about that. Right back is an issue. They need another center back, in my opinion, but it's definitely going to be interesting. City on Sunday are going to play with a chip on their shoulders. 100%. City will play with a chip on their shoulders. Just because of last year's 5-1 at Emirates. They will not want to get embarrassed like that again. And they will come to Emirates and they will put us to the test. And if we'll not be ready, they're going to put us to the sword as well, by the way. People can say what they want, that Man City are not the same. They celebrated against us last year a draw and everything. But it means nothing. They actually win stuff. Last year was the first season when Man City didn't win anything. And for Man City, that is a disaster, to say the least. Arsenal fans celebrate second like it's a trophy. Man City basically are ready to sack Pep Guardiola right now. They were ready to sack him last year for winning nothing. They have those type of standards. Arsenal, well, Arteta can stay as long as he wants, until while we are second and everything. Like Man City is different gravy in those times, 100% the different gravy. We didn't celebrate the draw. James from AFTV did. You see, but that's the thing. We didn't celebrate the draw. BBK, we didn't. But you see, for example, James from AFTV did. Who is the flagship of Arsenal's fan base? AFTV. An unfortunate thing about that is that the whole fan base get judged by AFTV. Same goes as soon as you're criticizing the club, you get called to the other end of the standards. And it's always like that. We all are getting put in the same boat as everyone else. It shouldn't be the case. But let's be real. One person from the fan base gives a bad rep for everyone. Unfortunately, well, it usually happens on the biggest platform for Arsenal fans, in aka AFTV. They have their pants down when Man City play against Spurs, when Son is one-on-one. They do a watch-along. They celebrate like it's no tomorrow. They hope for the Spurs win. Hoping for a Spurs win, for Arsenal to win the league. The levels of that insaneness already doesn't compute with me. But hey, I'm just toxic and negative, I guess. I'm just toxic and negative. Big up, Gavin. Big up, Gavin. Hope you're doing well. I mean, say what you want, but of course, but it's just really silly to impose obsession on others. Yeah, in those terms, yeah, but hey. People have their opinions. I'm not here to judge. But Man City go after Arsenal often, but no, Silva, Haaland, Rodri, Grealish as well at the time did that, but hey. A joy is as good as a loss these days at the FTV. For me personally, yeah. I much rather win a game and lose a game than draw 2 games. For me personally, that's just my opinion on it. People may disagree or something like that, but for me, it's simple math. 1 win, 3 points, loss, 0 points. 2 games, 3 points. 2 games, 2 draws, that's 2 points. 1 point less. Simple. From when I got taught math, 3 was bigger than 2. So hey, big up Kwame. Big up Kwame. If Arteta fails to deliver, we shouldn't be ignorant by allowing us to stay on. He must go. He must go. 100% he must go. Without shadow of a doubt, he must go. But hey, there are many Arsenal fans who want him to stay despite everything. Despite everything. There are Arsenal fans who are sitting here, well, not here, but in general, who are in this fan base, who are saying, if Mikel Arteta does not win anything this season, I don't care. He still can stay. I give him another season. I give him 2 more years. He needs more players. He needs more money. He needs more support. And at the end of the day, then the top gooners are blaming us, the negative ones, for us losing the league. Then they blame the injuries, the refs, PGMOL, the ball shape, the ball pressure, the length of the grass, the wind density, the wind strength, and everything. Damn, you should coach in the NBA with that much knowledge. What? What? What did I do? How I am catching strays here? The buck stops here if Arteta fails no more. It should have been like that last year, but we all saw what happened then. Let's be real. Let's be real. But yeah, 3 is bigger than 2. Dude, with NBA, it's different. They don't count points. Win is a win, loss is a loss. 82 games, 6 best teams get further. That's two worst in the top 8 and two and the 9th, 8, 6 to 10th play the playing tournament, and then they do the thing. And they just go by wins. They don't go by points. Imagine what NBA playoffs 7-game series would be like if they played 4 games. Like, it wasn't 7-game series, for example, 1 round. It was just a 4-game series. And after the 4th game, the game gets decided by point difference. It would be very unfair to some extent because you can literally lose 3 games by 2 points. You win 1 game by 20 points. Yep, you're through. But at the end of the day, you are much weaker than the other team. 1 game off, it happens to everyone. Let's be real. Big up Eros. Big up Eros. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Facts, he should be. Exactly, he should be. It's all they care for in the NBA. Well, big up, big up, big up. Big up, big up, big up, big up. My guy, hope all is well. Big up Burton, big up Burton. Hope all is well. I'm not no Arteta in, but all the fan base do is fight against one another. Kind of mind blowing. It is. That's the nuts thing, because one part wants Arteta out because they are sick and tired for not winning anything, and they can back it up with reasons why and facts and all that jazz. The other part is that they're happy. They want to stay. The thing is, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if you are Arteta out, if you are Arteta in. You have your opinion, I have mine opinion, right? The issue is when the other person belittles and diminishes my opinion by calling me names, disrespecting me, and disregarding of what I think, and saying that my opinion does not matter. That is the issue here. But hey, it's a bit different story over everything. Big up AFC always. Big up AFC always. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Arteta at Arsenal. Anyone remembers Waka? Like, to be honest, let's just say Arteta goes tomorrow, right? Let's just say Arteta walks tomorrow. Hypotheticals. If you're gonna ask me, first thing that comes in mind when of Mikel Arteta's coaching time at Arsenal over the almost 6 years, it will not be the FA Cup, ironically enough. It will be the lemons. It will be the dog. It will be the pickpockets. It will be the blasting "you never walk alone" on the speakers, some waffle in the interviews or something like that, ironically enough. That's the nuts part over everything. It won't be the play style. It won't be the goals or something like that. It will be the dumb shit he has done at the club that has made us a laughing stock at the end of the day, which is very, very, very insane if you ask me. Good system last 2 years, new Champion League format, burden group phase. You could argue that. Definitely you could argue that. If Arteta walked tomorrow, I would celebrate as if we won Champions League, dude. You know, like, to be honest, like, imagine the scenes. My score prediction for Sunday, Arsenal 2, Man City 2. I don't trust Arteta tactics. I get it. I absolutely get it, to say the least. I absolutely get it because it has been rough. It's obvious I'm Arteta because 6 years of failure isn't good enough. Same. Robo, those idiots who are pro Arteta aren't anything special. Period. Arteta. Yeah, exactly. For me, he's not good enough. For them, he's an architect. He's a tactician. He's the second best manager in Premier League or some weird shit like that, which makes no sense to me. But it is what it is. But hey, they have their own opinion. I respect their opinion. As long as they don't push their narrative on me and try to belittle my opinion by saying that my opinion is worthless just because they think they're right. I'd like Arteta to play Martinelli left wing as in the 10 and Madueke on the right wing on Sunday. He needs to be positive. Exactly. Arteta needs to be positive and attacking. He needs Eze in the 10. But we all know that Martin Odegaard is back in training. There was team picture. There was an Arsenal account on Twitter who posted it where Odegaard was sitting like this, like a top model and everything, and said, and the caption read, "Oh, Odegaard's shoulder looking pretty damn good in this photo shoot." What? Like, seriously, what? But you're so negative. Tell you what, Mr. Teta brought us to where we are at the moment. 3 consecutive runner-ups, go with the FA Cup until silver play dishes. Yeah. And all this stuff. Baby is a good manager. He ain't stupid. He will target our left side. We we are in trouble. Yeah, he will target our left back side 100%. He will without shadow of a doubt. Because if we play Calafiori there, and we have seen in the last few games how Calafiori plays left back, he mostly spends time in the 8 or the 6 or the right wing or the striker or whatever, just not at left back. And when he has been at the left back, he's being cooked most of the times. So how he's gonna fare against Man City? With technical, agile, quick wingers. He will be lucky if he doesn't get another injury just defending. My prediction is 2-1 to Arsenal. Just City will score first. I can see City scoring first. I can see City starting right off the bat, especially if they get kickoff. Yeah, happy birthday to David Seaman. It's David Seaman's birthday. For me personally, from what I have seen at Arsenal, best goalkeeper in Arsenal, for what I have seen Arsenal play at least. So big up, happy birthday to him. My heart says 3-1 Arsenal, but my mind says we lose 3-1. Pick the best of the both worlds. Take a draw. Because if you combine those scores, it's 4-4. Might as well say 2-2 or something like that. 17 likes, please, if you haven't already. Hit the likes. Yes, people, hit the likes if you haven't already. Let's push it up to 20. And subscribe if you are new around here. Maybe all the guys should wear shoulder pads. You mean like NHL or NFL? Like 24, 65, 88. And everything. Go long, go long, go long. And then he gets knocked out by someone who is 3 times smaller than him. Bigger. Calafiori is starring and he's atrocious at defending. Exactly. As a center back, he is better. As a left back, not so much. At defending, just compare him to likes of Ashley Cole. Dude, comparing him to Ashley Cole is actually kind of nuts because I would argue Ashley Cole in Emirates era is the best left back we have had. Like, that is a big shoes to fill. To be honest, I would even go as far as say that Calafiori is not even better than Nacho Monreal. Nacho Monreal was Mr. Reliable. Mr. Reliable. 6, 7 out of 10 every single game. Defensively, solid. Going forwards, solid. Even scored some goals and got some assists. For me, personally. But yeah. David Seaman is an Arsenal legend without shadow of a doubt. Arsene Wenger, 90 as an Arsenal manager, 3 Premier League titles, 7 FA Cups, 2 Premier Leagues, and FA Cup doubles and 4 FA Cups back to back. Yeah, exactly. 22 years at Arsenal for Arsene Wenger. 2 times he had finished outside of top 4. 2 times. Mikel Arteta, he has finished in 6 years 3 times out of top 4. 2-0 City, says Eros. Damn. David Seaman is an Arsenal without shadow of a doubt. 2-0 or 2-1 Arsenal. Big up Nally. Big up the positivity. Ashley called Bolosheon one of us. Exactly. And we don't even have a natural. We don't. We used to, but we bent him. And I will still stick by this and say that if Berta comes in November, not March or February, when he did this year, Tierney stays. I am strongly confident over that. I'm strongly confident over that. But hey, we don't need a left back now. We don't need a left back though. In it. Are ready to stop your moaning for a month if we win our next 2 games with Man City and Newcastle without conceding. No, I'm not even moaning. Because I know that Arsenal can. By the way, it would be typical Arsenal to beat Man City on Sunday, somehow beat Newcastle at St. James, even though we haven't done it in 3 years there, right? And then the right next game, we play Sunderland away or something and we lose to Sunderland. It would be typical Arsenal fashion. You kind of look like Nacho Robo. Hey. To be honest, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. Nah, I'm not. Dolph Lundgren embrace. If he dies, he dies. Yeah. Anyways, people, let's look at some, well, we have to, Mickey Ross, Waffle House settings. Welcome to Arteta Penitentiary. Welcome. Get your syrup, get your chocolate syrup, get your maple syrup, get some tea, coffee, hot cocoa, get a nice armchair, couch, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Arteta Penitentiary, Mickey Mouse Funhouse, Arteta Waffle House is open for business. Mikel Arteta has been speaking to the press at the Hale End ahead of our contest against Manchester City at the Emirates this Sunday. On if we are in a good place. Yes, we've had two very important wins, very good feeling about the games as well, and we are preparing for the big match or Sunday. On if there's a chance White, Saka, and Odegaard may be fit. If there is a chance, it will be after tomorrow's session because they haven't done anything yet. So we'll have more information tomorrow. So if any of these players, White, Saka, Odegaard, haven't done anything yet, means they're not fit. They should not start in any way, shape, or form. Put them on the bench, Eze in the 10, Madueke on the right, Martinelli on the left. Do it. And if Merino and Gyökeres are okay after head injuries midweek, yes, they'll be fine. They are fine. On if William Saliba will come back into the starting lineup, let's see. Obviously, he's been carrying an injury. He's done really well to be available for the last match, and he's really pushing it. So we'll decide tomorrow who is the best to start. Saliba was pictured in the training today, by the way. Saliba has been pictured in the training today. So there is a possibility that he's going to start on Sunday. On whether our boardroom changes will impact him. No, there have been quite a lot of changes since I arrived at the club. First of all, obviously, Tim Lewis is leaving, and I would like to say a few words because he's been someone that I really enjoyed working with. I think he has made a tremendous contribution to everything that we have done over the last few years. Keep shoveling. Then on Garlic, congratulations. A massive role to be a CEO of this football club, and then welcome to the new members of the board. Hopefully, they're going to make us better and help us with the ideas and support this club. It's ultimately Stan and Joss's decision. They've been incredibly supportive, so we move on again. It is what it is. On how significant this match is in terms of title race. It's about winning again and creating another good moment for us. Here we go. The consistency, competing against one of the best teams in the world, and good test for us to see our level. Okay. On Pep Guardiola, the demands that he puts on himself, the standards that he requires from everybody around him, his will to win, to evolve, to improve. You look around him and always, he wants to learn about the best people. For me, he's the best coach in the world. I've said it. I had the pleasure to work with him and win a lot with him next to him. It's always great to see him back. Well, hey. On Noni, are you okay? Noni, are you okay? Noni, are you okay? Are you okay, Noni? I was sure that he was a player with a talent and quality that we didn't have in the squad, a player that had a level of a threat and great ability that he was going to make us better. The moment I picked up the phone, I spoke to him, his dad, and his agent, and the three of them gave me an impression that they're really willing to come, and they saw something special here that they wanted to be a part of. Then you have to come here, and slowly they start to get to know him, and he starts to get to understand the team. I think so far the impact he's had on the team is very, very positive. Well, not wrong. On how Martin Zubimendi has settled in, good. On why Christian Mosquera has been so solid, he's good. On White, Saka, and Odegaard's fitness. Hold on. On if there's a chance White, Saka, and Odegaard may be fit. That was the second question in the interview. And then about 10 questions later, on White, Saka, and Odegaard's fitness. Are these journals blind, deaf? I don't know. It's the same goddamn question. Same question. What a goddamn waste of a question. Everything has been modified so far for them. No, for fuck's sake. On what type of game he's expecting on Sunday. There will be moments. It has been the past as well in the last few years. They have changed quite a bit, especially in the back line, and recruited Haaland as well. He has been there for 3 years, man. What are you waffling about? On the impact of the subs, you look historically at the top team, The team that has won a lot, the impact that the finishers had always been really, really high. Okay, cool. On whether he talks to the subs before the game. We already had that discussion in preseason. Okay, on whether Pep is rebuilding Man City. I don't know. Well, why would he know? On trying to give 5 games unbeaten, trying to go 5 games unbeaten against Pep. Their preparation for the game will be to win, that's for sure. Well, we'll see that on the pitch and starting 11, eh? On us opening mental health drop-in on match days. First of all, very proud of the club. Oh, okay. On how aware he was that Tim Lewis would be leaving. I was aware in certain moments. I had various discussions with Josh, especially, and with the team. It's not the first time that it's happened since I've been here. Again, incredible gratitude towards the team. Everybody's different. Yeah. What it means for the future. Wonderful future. There's only thing that I can say. Yeah, without you, it would be fantastic future. On the changes at the executive level since he's been the manager. Nobody cares. On whether he wants to harness the positive feeling from Martinelli and Trossard. Yes, it certainly does. Different answer to the question. Because when players are in that state, I think they have to be used and they have to be recognized. There are a lot of players in really good moment, performing really well, and that's what we want. Whenever we need them, I'm sure they will be their best. Okay. On facing Haaland, there are a lot of things that you have to get right. He's a player who doesn't need much space, much time, or situations to generate big chances, especially in and around the box. Sometimes preventing the source is the best thing to do, and we have to do it again. On the current defensive quality is the benchmark. It certainly is what we are doing today, and what we have to do on Sunday and the following games. See, defense is the benchmark. Park the bus it is. There are still a lot of things we can improve, and we are very aware. Yes, attack, creative aspect, balance in the midfield, game management, player management, substitutes, and lots of other things. On whether he wants Eze to be a touchline winger. Hey, there is a question and a half. It depends on the positioning. In one space or another, it's never the same. The space and the difficulty of the opponent will be different in what we want and what we want to accomplish with that. Huh? What? Sorry, what? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Just say yes or no. Because based on how you were yelling at him in the what's-its-face, in the Bilbao game, the way he was yelling at Eze at Bilbao game when Eze was cutting in to get the ball and open up, and he yelled and said, go to the line, and he had to stay there, and he did it multiple times, and he was always pushed back there. Yeah, he is dodging that question in everything. Whether it depends on who's the fullback. Yes, depending on where that man is defending. On where that man is defending. Calafiori doesn't defend. He's had the time at the right wing or striker or number 10 or somewhere. He's not even defending. On Skelly's celebration last season. Nobody cares. On whether City are contenders this season. Well, obviously they are. What are they waffling about? What the fucking hell was that? I'm not gonna lie. Can I get some bleach? Well, did you see PSG? I love the way they're playing. It's not just the players, they're interchanging and pressing. Yeah, they are a well-oiled machine. And with a big future with the youngsters as well. Just fork them out. Think you any chance at City or the same players? I think it will be very similar 11 like against Liverpool and against Bilbao. Spoon seems more humane. You kind of get used to his monologues. Most of the times, 1-2 sentences is enough, but he seems to go on a waffle in his comments. Reminds me of someone. Oh, wait, reminds me of myself. Yeah, he dodged that. There's a question about touchline winger big time. 100%. That's the most BS I've heard about Eze. Yes, exactly. Depends on the positioning. I think positioning was very much covered in the question. Exactly. The journalist should have asked the same question about Calafiori. The lad was everywhere on the pitch and he was way higher than our midfield. Inverted my buttocks. Exactly. And Eze was sometimes in the 6 dropping deep. No, when Yeri was dropping in the 6 to get the ball, and sometimes Eze was at left back to get the ball and then he pushed it forwards. Like, make it make sense. Arteta can speak good English, but I can't understand any of that BS. Dude, that's not English. That is some gibberish that just sounds like English. Big up Charlie. Big up Charlie. Predictions for Sunday. Uh 2-1 Arsenal or 2-2 draw. I haven't decided yet. 2-1 Arsenal or 2-2 draw. I'm not genius, but I'm not dumb. Exactly. And that is the thing. Arteta is trying to say something without saying anything, and it's always some weird crap, and it makes no sense half the time. Like it's just wild. Let's be real. It is just wild. But people, starting 11 for Man City game. What we saying? Fair enough. Big up. I think it'll be a tight game, but I'd like to see us go for the win. I would love us for the win. I want us to go for the win, to be honest. I'm sick and tired for when we play you many times Man City, when we play Liverpool and these teams, especially away. I kind of can get away, but as well, still at the same time, also at home many times, we start the game as we are playing for a draw, basically. We try to get some counters or some corners or set pieces to maybe nick a goal. Then we sit deeper even back. I want us to be on the front foot like we were last year. Press, high press, get the ball, direct attack and everything. I want us to go for it. Show our mentality that we are here to win. We want to win. We are about to win. Just start with that mentality. It's a must win. No, nothing more, nothing less. The thing is, I'm worried. Odegaard starts and Arsenal will lose. Well, most likely, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Maybe Odegaard has one off and he bags a hat trick. Low. But hey, come on, Robo. Where's your inner top? 5-0. No chance. Play the same team that started against Bilbao. I can see that. That's the nuts part. We must. Exactly, BBK. We must. It will be the same as Ryan goal, obviously. No, we're gonna put Kepa in goal or Setford or something like that. It should be Raya, Timber, Gabriel Magalhaes, Mosquera, Skelly, Rice, Mendy, Eze, Wanyeri, Madueke, Gyökeres. And that is the thing. That is the thing. For me, Raya goes in goal without shadow of a doubt. Timber goes right back as well because I don't give a damn if Ben White is fit, if he's good or he's not. But yeah, Mosquera. Gabriel. I would love for Skelly to play, right? But okay, let's go. Let's do it this way. So, this is what I'm expecting minimum. This is what I'm expecting minimum. The two players are number 10 and left wing. Those are the two ones for me. Good idea, and for me as a midfield, Martinelli just yeah. See what Kaha? You say Saliba starts, right? Saliba was in training today as well, right? The thing is, for me, Saliba hasn't played a game since he got injured, right? So he is out of form, out of shape, out of game fitness, and everything. Mosquera actually has played quite a few games, full 90, and he's in a good form. And for me, that is the biggest thing. With Saliba, obviously, is the experience. He knows how to deal with Haaland and all this stuff. With Mosquera, he actually is on form. And that, for me, is the biggest thing. Saliba is not on form. He is going to be rusty. And I don't know, against City in an early game, it will be just rough. It will be rough. I'd go Saliba if he's not injured. Saliba was in training today. So he is not injured. I think Arteta tomorrow, obviously, he said he will decide. But yeah, Calafiori starts. And that for me is the biggest worry. That for me is the biggest worry. Now, thing is, this 11, you are seeing on the screen is 11 I want to see. I want to see on Sunday. After that, we're gonna do an 11 that most likely Mikel Arteta is gonna start with. So that is gonna be much different, I assume. There's difference of what we want and what most likely the fraud will start. Exactly, that's what we are doing. It will be Raya, Timber, Jokeres, Saliba, Calafiori, Mendy, Merino, Madueke, Jokeres. Most likely. Yeah, you just think, exactly. Bernardo is probably starting right wing, and I think he'll be a challenge for MLS. It doesn't matter who plays left back. It's going to be a challenge for everyone. MLS is better defending Calvary. You could argue that. You could argue that. Very good options, Saliba, Mosquera. Yeah, and of course Hincapié. Knowing this manager, he's going to put Martinelli, but I'd like to see Eze and Ranieri. Exactly. And this is the thing. You hit it on the nose, Charlie, here. Because for me personally, I kind of have to do this. For me personally, this would be my starting 11. My starting 11 for the game on Sunday. And people will disagree. People will disagree with this 100%. But for me personally, this is my starting 11 for Sunday. I want Eze in the 10. And the reason why I want Martinelli on the left, and this is the sole reason which is really pissing me off because Arteta has made me think this way. Our left back situation is a very under the big question marks because our left backs are not left backs and none of them are left backs. So defensively, they are accident prone. Let's just put it that way. They are subject to getting cooked and ruining it, right? So for me personally, I would play Martinelli on the left for the sheer purpose of helping defensively to Skelly, for example, right? However, Man City's right back issues are also not resolved because I'm not so sure whether Rico Lewis is ready or they're going to play Nunez as a right back. Because what are Man City's? What are Manchester City right backs? Because Manchester City at the moment has Rico Lewis as a right back, and that's the only out-and-out right back technically they have in the team. And the other one, obviously they could try play John Stones there, or it's gonna be where is Nunez? Where is Nunez? Or Nunez? They're gonna play either or. That for me is the case here. For Man City's right backs are a bit nuts. If we go low block trying to break the game, it will be Calafiori, Merino, Martinelli. Exactly. I think he will try his new finisher move and sub on Martinelli. Most likely. But this would be my 11. This is my 11 that I wouldn't mind putting out there on Sunday. Right? If it's a more progressive attacking, less when you're exactly. Good lineup for but to start super stuff for Martinelli or Jokeres, exactly. Then you can put also Ethan on and players like that. Kusanov played right backs. You see what that's the thing. For me, I would play Martinelli there, right? This is my 11, my personal 11, Latvian Gunner 11, right? Now, we are doing Mikel Arteta's 11. Mikel Arteta's 11. The 11 that Mikel Arteta is gonna put out. Odegaard hasn't trained yet, according to Mikel Arteta, just like Saka and just like Tim and just like White. They're gonna train tomorrow, then they will decide. right? For me personally, since they have not tried, they haven't done anything, as Mikel Arteta said, they should not be touching pitch as starting 11 whatsoever. They should not be touching pitch at all. But hey, it's Mikel Arteta, so it goes from there. Arteta will screw us by playing Zubi, Rice, and Merino. 4 CDs and 4 DMs with Martinelli on the left. Yeah. I got a funny feeling Mikel is gonna add Saliba. Exactly. Exactly. And this is the case. You just saw my starting 11, right? It was Raya, Timber, Mosquera, Gabriel, Skelly, Rice, Zubimendi, Eze, Madueke, Gyökeres, Martinelli. Now what we are going to do, we are gonna try and basically predict what Mikel Arteta is going to put out on Sunday, right? And if it is Mikel Arteta who is putting out this team, most likely, it's gonna be something like this. If this is Mikel Arteta's 11, I think Mikel Arteta is either gonna put out this 11 with two things, with the hope that Martinelli again bags off the bench, like he did against Bilbao, or just because Martinelli just bagged a goal and he needs a confidence boost, right? He will start Martinelli to help Calafiori defensively, because we all know that Calafiori defensively, well, he is a hole at the end of the day. It is what it is. Oh, wait, damn it. My bad. But yeah, I think this could be the 11 Arteta puts out, specifically. I think Arteta the same, or I think Arteta is going to start. I'm not sure if Eze is starting. Exactly. For me, that is the thing. I think Arteta is going to put out this 11. Because so far, Mikel Arteta has refused to play Eze in the 10. Only left wing. And that for me is a big issue in general. On top of all that, speaking of Eze, how the hell in this world Eze was good enough to play for Palace? Eze was good enough to play for England, but until the Forest game, Eze was not good enough to play for Arsenal. Make it make sense. If we go with this lineup, you just know we are probably not gonna go for the kill. Exactly. It's Mikel Arteta, like it's pretty much a given. I think that in Arteta's mind, first stop Man City, then try to score. Yes, in Arteta's mind, he's gonna be defensive and try to basically nick a goal, pouncing on mistakes or free kicks or corners. Do the usual thing: Rory Delap throw-ins or Declan Rice corners and all this stuff. He ain't got the balls to go all out again. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't have them whatsoever. I'm not Nally. Nobody understands. Nobody understands what Mikel Arteta has against Eze in the midfield specifically. Nobody knows, and all this stuff, nobody knows. He will hope to stop them with 7 defenders and hope for a set piece. Yes, he will have 4 at the back, then the Merino, Zubimendi, Rice, then Martinelli. It's gonna be a 4-4-2 or 4-5-1 actually, with Madueke on the right mid, Martinelli on the left mid, helping Timber or Merino, helping Calafiori on the left with Martinelli, and Gyökeres will be the only outlet. We're gonna do a long ball. Hopefully, he wins the duel against Ruben Dias, against Guardiola, against Kusanov, whoever it's gonna be at center back. Then he's gonna lay off the ball to Martinelli or Madueke, and then they're gonna just blast by the wing. That's gonna be the thing. And it's not a surprise as well why Eze doesn't start, to be honest, and why Gyökeres gets hooked off so quickly every single game. He doesn't play full 90s. Because Mikel Arteta wanted Sesko, not Gyökeres. He didn't want Eze, but Andrea Berta forced his hand, also because of Havertz's injury. So, hey, you perfectly know the sense of Arteta's mind, Robo. Don't pretend. Like, I'm not pretending. This manager is stubborn anyways. He's not going to change his ways, sadly. We need to win a game against top teams, home and away, like Wenger. Like, against Wenger, that's the nuts part. Against Wenger, yes. We actually got sometimes annihilated by the big teams as well. But we had a good go. We had a go against them. Because for me personally, I much rather lose at Anfield 3-2 or something like that in an open game where I actually feel like we went for it, we took a proper shot at it, and we actually almost got it, rather than we parked the bus, we literally watch graveyard football, and then one random strike from Szoboszlai decides the game. Like, I much rather lose 3-2 in open game in attacking football than watch that crap I watched a few weeks ago. It's the same and the same goes for many Arsenal fans. Oh, we only lost because Szoboszlai scored a wonder goal. Arsenal played the perfect game. Really? You didn't say the same thing when Declan Rice scored 2 wonder free kicks against Real Madrid, hence why we beat Real Madrid in the first place. Then Arteta was a genius. Declan Rice was the best DM in the world and everything. But when it happens against you, oh, Arsenal were perfect. We just got unlucky. How about we got lucky against Real Madrid for a change then? Because he never wanted Eze, exactly. Yeah, Eze is a Berta signing. Also, what's its face? Also, Gyökeres is a Berta signing. We all know that. What do you mean? Stop pretending. Literally just spoke about the window with Sesko. Well, I'm not. I'd rather watch the just football but win. I rather what? Yeah, but that's the thing. George Graham could pull it off. Arteta cannot. That's the nuts part. 14 draws last year, 14 draws. That is the nuts part. I personally much rather genuinely lose 3-2 game in open type of football rather than watch just football and we still lose 1-0. 1 goal difference means literally F all at the end of the day. Thank God for Berta, otherwise the transfer window could have been a flop. Oh, bloody hell. It's really nuts to even think about it, that if we didn't have Berta, we wouldn't have signed Gyökeres, we would have signed Sesko potentially, right? Or we wouldn't have signed neither of them, and we would have just resorted to Watkins or something like that. And then on top of that, when Havertz got injured, we would not have even gone for Eze, most likely. We might have even not signed anyone, or we would have signed like someone like, I don't know, from Leicester, the youngster, or we would have signed like some random name who still needs time to develop and all this stuff. Which are facts. We wouldn't have Gyökeres, Eze, or Mosquera. Exactly. We wouldn't have had none of those. None of those. Let's be real. We would have had none of those. So it's actually kind of nuts if you come to think about it. But yeah, people, it is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. Anyways, my prediction. 2-1 win or 2-2 draw. That is my prediction for the Sunday game. Right? I have seen many people say that they are thinking Arsenal are going to win 2-1. Arsenal are going to draw 2-2. Some people have said in the chat Arsenal are going to lose 3-1 or lose 2-0 and stuff like that. So we have very mixed community at the moment before this Man City game, which is actually kind of nuts even to think about it. Apparently, Bert didn't want Zubimendi either. Yes, that is true, because there have been reports and actually talks that if Arsenal didn't have Zubimendi deal in place since January, Andrea Berta had different names on the list to sign instead of Zubimendi, and all those names were ahead of Zubimendi. So Andrea Berta also is not the biggest fan of Zubimendi from what we have seen. I am shameless. I went 2-0 for Arsenal. Props to you, to be honest. Props to you. Believe in the team. For me, it's hard to believe in the team when we have seen how we play against these big teams. People say, oh, but we smashed them last year 5-1 and all this stuff. It was last year. This year is a completely different year. Let's be real. So we'll see what is what. Hopefully Arsenal win. Let's be real. At the end of the day, I want Arsenal to win. There's no shadow of doubt about that. That will bite me back and affect my FPL, but at this moment I don't care. Well, yeah, it's Arsenal over everything at the end of the day, isn't it? But yeah, hopefully Arsenal win. Hopefully Arteta picks a proper 11. But already I'm having PTSD. Kid you not, I'm already having PTSD for that 1 hour mark before the game, 1 hour, 15 minutes before the game, when the starting 11 drops. Already having PTSDs. Arteta's zero talent ID isn't just limited to transfer targets, also stretches to include how useless he is in putting out our attacking lineup. Yes, and developing our players as well. And tactics and everything. It all kind of coincides and everything. It all mixes up in all in one. So unfortunately, it is what it is. Shame. I'm not gonna lie. Massive, massive, massive shame. You just don't get a red. We might. I will say it now. Donnarumma is not going to concede 2 or more goals. City are going to nick this by a goal. I can see that. Unfortunately, I can see that. Let Arteta carry on being stubborn and shit. We will get rid of him sooner and then we can move forward and stop being stagnant. Yeah, that is the hope. He has made his own bed. Let him lie in it right now and see what happens. If he pulls an Undertaker and he stands up and raises and chokeslams opponents and wins the Premier League, Champions League, cool. If he lays in his bed, Undertaker closes the casket, whichever team is going to be the Undertaker, or Josh Kroenke, if you will. He closed the casket, and the casket match is lost by Mikel Arteta. It is what it is. We move on. I don't want to see Saliba, Saka, and Odegaard start. If they do, then we lose. I can see Saliba starting. The other two, I don't. Because Saliba was in training today. Saka and Odegaard have not trained yet, apparently, according to Arteta. Unless he's lying through his teeth again. So it will be interesting to see. But yeah, people, if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. And on that note today, we're gonna end today's stream. So big up to you all. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Hope you enjoyed your time chilling here. You have been fantastic with your thoughts, your ideas, your chat, your comments, your likes, and everything. Hopefully gonna see you all tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings. But for today, I'm going to be signing off. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Relax, chill. Have a nice day. Enjoy it with your friends, family, whatever if you have planned. But for today, I'm out. Peace.